Hello guys and welcome back to a new video. So finally, after a long time, I'm really sorry. I know I skipped posting videos on this channel for a very long time. I'm really sorry. I was so busy. I had many things to do, but now I'm back and better than ever, stronger than ever, and more excited and determined than before. Today in this video I'm going to start a new playlist which is financial modeling, or you can name it financial valuation using Excel. We are going to learn finance valuation using Excel. I'm so excited and you must be excited. You will learn it for absolutely free without paying any single cent. You don't need to go to courses and buy for money. No. Here you will get it for absolutely free. All you have to do is watch these videos carefully. I'm going to start upload these videos gradually, and I'm going to solve more and more exercises. And yeah, let us start. Okay guys, so as you can see here, this is the income statement. We're going to learn the first step is how to forecast. So number one, you're going to forecast in financial modeling or financial valuation. You are going to forecast. So as you can see, we are going to forecast for the upcoming 4 years, 2025, 2026, 2027, 2028, and we have the given these 2023, 2024 numbers. So how are we going to forecast? Let us start with the revenue. As I told you, we have given the revenue of 2023 and 2024 is 500 and 550 respectively. Whether it's in USD million. So here the net, it's 500 USD millions, $500 million, and $550 million for 2024. So let us start with forecasting 2025. How do we do it? Simply, it's the last year or the previous year, which is 2024, multiplied by the revenue growth rate. As you can see, the revenue growth rate for 2025 is 12% times, simply it's sorry, I made a mistake, times 1 plus. Okay, so as you can see, simply it's 616, and I shouldn't do it all over again. No, you just, that's the beauty of Excel, guys. You just scroll, and as you can see, autofill, it solves alone. So the cost of goods sold, you should know this formula. It is the gross profit minus the revenue. You will get the cost of goods sold. But first of all, let me find the gross profit. The gross profit margin is the revenue times gross profit margin. Here the gross profit margin of 2025 times the revenue of 2025. As you can see, this is the gross profit margin, $246 million. Remember, it's in USD million dollars. Okay, anyways, I'm going to continue. I'm going to scroll or autofill, as you can see, and let me autofill this because of goods sold. So now I forecasted all this. Now I know someone might ask me, from where did we even get the projection inputs? What the heck? How did you get them? The revenue growth rate, gross profit margin, OPEX, taxes. These are assumptions, guys, and I'm going to talk about them more in detail and how to get them. It's so detailed, and we will delve deeper into these issues, but not now. These are so complicated if I want to delve deeper, but I'm going to postpone them later. Now we'll just assume assumptions, literally assumptions. And in university, you're not responsible for more than assumptions, guys, or they're even given. The operating expenses, so the operating expense change, as you can see, increased by 10. So yeah, it's 80 minus 10. Why minus 10? Because simply if I add plus 10, it would be minus 70. However, the expenses are operating, they are increasing, guys. So I'm paying more $10 million. I'm expensed more $10 million. And let me scroll. As you can see, it was 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120. As you can see, guys, here the OPEX change, operation expense change, they are increasing by $10 million. The EBITDA, we will have an assumption which is it will stay constant. It's just an assumption, guys. The depreciation also, it's an assumption that it will remain constant. I might tell you that the depreciation will decrease by it will increase by 1% every year, or will increase by $1 million every year. It doesn't matter, it's assumptions. So the EBIT, let me see, do I have, okay, these are the projection inputs. The EBIT, operating income, will increase by $10 million every year. The interest expense is minus $10 million. This is the interest expense. It's a formula. It's this plus this. Sorry. This is the interest expense, guys. So it's not a formula, it's an assumption that it will remain constant at $10 million. The EBT, it's simply EBIT minus interest expense. EBIT, okay, earning before interest and tax. Earning before interest and taxes minus taxes, it's earning before interest. Sorry, it's earning before taxes. Again, earning before interest and taxes minus I, which is the interest expense, it would give me EBT, earning before tax. As you can see, guys, I scrolled them. Finally, the taxes, 25%. So it's this, the EBT times OPEX. Sorry, it's times the taxes. But I should add a minus in order, because the taxes are negative. The taxes are a loss, guys. So that's why I added a minus. And as you can see, guys, the net income is the sum of the following: of the EBT and EBT minus taxes. I got the net income. So this is the net income for 2025. It's $113 million, $160 million for 2026, $128 million for 2027, and $135 million for 2028. And it seems logical, guys. Like we started with the $3 million, 90, and these are the forecasted. These in yellow are the forecast net income. So yeah, it's easy, guys. Don't worry, we're going to do tons of exercise in the future. I'm going to continue more, but please support me by doing me a favor by a like, subscribe, and share this video to your friends who are interested in this financial modeling or financial valuation using Excel. Thank you for watching, guys. Thanks for everything. I hope you like the video. Thanks, we have reached more than 1,000 subscribers. I promise you, I won't go away for month. I will start uploading weekly videos, and maybe more than weekly videos, maybe 2-3 videos per week. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Peace.